Dogs are known for their remarkable loyalty, and this story is a powerful example. For 4 long years, a dog faithfully waited in the same spot, hoping his owner would return. But what happened next was truly extraordinary. Our story unfolds on the outskirts of Khon Kaen, Thailand, where locals began spotting a small brown and white dog showing up at the same intersection near a petrol station every day. He seemed well kept and not particularly thin, suggesting he had once been cared for. Despite being there constantly, he never seemed to leave for a home. Most people assumed he was a local pet on a routine stroll, but over time, a few noticed changes. His body began to look thinner, and he moved with less energy. The dog's quiet persistence became both a mystery and a concern for those who observed him. Additionally, the dog seemed to be suffering from hair loss, likely due to a skin condition. Leo, as he came to be known, was in dire need of help, and many kind-hearted locals wanted to find him a new home. They all began referring to the dog as Leo and Asai and his upkeep. One woman named Sawaluk noticed that Leo's skin condition was worsening, and it was clearly causing him pain. One day, while walking by the intersection on her way to work, Sawaluk saw Leo looking especially unwell. Compelled to help, she picked him up and took him home. She carefully bathed him with a special medicated shampoo and brushed out the tangles in his fur, letting him rest and enjoy a good meal in her home. With her care, he was on the road to recovery, and over time, Sawaluk grew closer and closer to him. However, one day, Leo was gone. Frantically, she searched her neighborhood, asking neighbors if they had seen him, but Leo had vanished. Then a thought struck her. She quickly returned to the intersection where she had first found him. Sure enough, there he was, waiting. Leo had spent just enough time with her to regain his strength, but ultimately, he returned to the spot at the junction. Why was this place so special to him? Why did he return there again and again? After some thought, Sawaluk believed she had the answer. Leo must have lost his family there, in some way, at that very spot. She realized he might be waiting, hoping they would come back for him. It broke her heart to think of Leo waiting for a family who, if they wanted to find him, would have done so by now. A few more times, Sawaluk brought him home with her, but each time he found his way back to the intersection. Ultimately, she accepted Leo's desire to wait, yet that didn't mean she couldn't still care for him. From then on, she made it her mission to bring him food every day, ensuring his skin remained healthy and his coat didn't get tangled. She would sit with him, brushing his fur, and although it wasn't the same as bringing him home, he still received the care he needed. Leo, the dog waiting at the junction, captured the attention of many. A few people would often visit him, bringing food and affection. Though he enjoyed all the attention, he never left with anyone. His heart was set on waiting. Sawaluk continued visiting, and people even began snapping photos of her caring for him. During this time, Leo also made another close friend, a woman named Anuchit Anaran, who also observed his situation and came up with ways to help him. Leo waited patiently at the junction for his master to return for 4 long years. It was a heartbreaking scene. Anuchit then had an idea that might help Leo. She decided to use her abundance of photos and the internet's reach to post about Leo on various social media platforms, sharing the story of the dejected dog who insisted on staying on the road. She hoped the message would reach his lost family and spark a meaningful reunion. However, she had no idea just how big of an impact the post would have. Many people shared Leo's story on their pages, hoping to help him find his owners. The story even spread internationally. As it went viral, people everywhere began to care about Leo's future. Nang Noi Satin, 64, a resident of Thailand's Roye district, was among those who saw the post. When she viewed the photos of Leo, she was taken aback. The dog in the photos looked strikingly similar to her lost pet, Bon Bon, who had disappeared in an accident 4 years earlier. Bon Bon had accompanied Nang Noi and her husband to Khon Kaen, where they were staying with their daughter. He was sitting in the back seat with the window down. At a gas station stopped to refuel and let him rest. They realized Bon Bon was no longer in the car. He must have jumped out at a stop sign or been startled by something he wanted to chase. The family was devastated by his disappearance. For a week, they returned to the area and searched the route where they thought he had gone, but there was no trace of him. Heartbroken, they gave up hope, believing he had either been hit by a car or injured. Over the years, they tried to move on, though they hadn't gotten another dog. After seeing the photos of Leo, however, they felt certain it was Bon Bon. All this time, he had been waiting for them. Excited beyond words, they contacted eMystery and shared photos of Bon Bon for comparison. It looked like it was indeed the same dog, Leo. Arrangements were made for Nang Noi and her family to meet Leo, and if all went well, they would bring him home. eMystery informed Sawaluk about the family's visit, allowing her a chance to say goodbye to Leo, as she had cared for him for 4 years. The family arrived at the crossroads, where Leo was resting in the shade with Sawaluk and eMystery already there. Nang Noi called out his name as she stepped out of the car, and the dog perked up at the familiar sound. When he recognized his name, Bon Bon, he leaped up and ran to his former family, his whole body, not just his tail, wagging in excitement. After 4 years of waiting, he was overjoyed to see them again, as if he had worried about their well-being all this time. As the family thanked Sawaluk for taking such loving care of Leo, they prepared to bring him home. Sawaluk, holding back tears, embraced Leo tightly, the bond they'd formed over the years unmistakable. But when the family called Leo to get into the car, an unexpected turn unfolded. Leo resisted, pulling away from them and settling beside Sawaluk. It was clear Leo had made his choice. He wanted to stay. The family understood. Leo had grown deeply attached to Sawaluk. Knowing that his original family was safe seemed to be all the closure he needed. In the end, Nang Noi respected his decision, recognizing that Leo was no longer just their dog. Although they continued to cover his veterinary expenses and visit him, Leo remained with Sawaluk, happy and secure in the home he'd chosen, without ever attempting to leave again. Would you still care for a stray dog after 4 years? I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.